Hi Capricorn, welcome to your reading for January 2022. This is going to be for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, always, those intuitively guided. I want to say happy birthday to those celebrating their birthday, in December and January. I know a few of you share my granddaughter's birthday, which is December 26th. And I don't know, I just love her personality, so I know I'd love you. Okay, take it. We're going to go ahead and begin. We're going to start with our Mother Mary Oracle deck. We just finished out. Actually, I'm doing this a little early just to help you, be ready to transcend from the universal year 5 into a universal year 6. They mean very different things, so life can look very different. I feel like it's a good thing, to be honest. I feel like it's a good thing, but I know many of us have been like suffering this, myself included, like just feels like a lot of resistance in December, and I feel like it's to clear out those final little cobwebs, because we're entering into a year 6, which is usually a beautiful year. Watched over. Mother Mary says you're watched over. I allow myself to feel safe and enjoy my life, knowing that heaven is watching over my loved ones and me. I allow myself to feel safe and enjoy my life, knowing that you are always being watched over. You know what? Let's use the light seers for you today. Give it a shuffle or two. These are already pre-shuffled, by the way. That's when I really meditate on you, is when I'm shuffling all my decks, because I'll shuffle like 5 of them, just to give me options to go immediately to. But give it a shuffle or two for you. And let's begin the tarot portion. We're going to read Mother Mary's card at the end of the reading, her words, and that's where they're the most profound. I feel like we have to know this going in. I feel like they'll be very comforting for some of you. Okay, let's begin. I feel like Capricorn is a very independent type energy. It like a, how do I want to say this? I'll either do it or I won't do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think like I get in my head too much about whether I should do something. I'm either going to do it or I'm not going to do it. That's kind of how I'm feeling right now. And it's a kind of energy where I feel, not that you're wasted in the background, but I feel like you have a lot to offer in the forefront. Now, it doesn't mean, working in the background isn't just as important, maybe more important, right? And it may be both. I don't know what I'm picking up on, but I'm getting that energy. Some of you, maybe you've been in the background and you've wanted to be in the forefront, but you haven't made that move. This may be the year that you make that move. Maybe a year. All right, so we start with the Queen of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. We have the Four of Swords. That's a timeout. This queen is looking right at that Four of Swords. Maybe she's understanding that there has been a period of healing, or allowing yourself this time. Let's go talk about deep reflection. her heart is outside of herself. So I feel like she's healing the body and the mind, almost like, and let us handle your heart. It's interesting because I feel like although some of us may be working even harder, but really I feel smarter in 2022. I feel like there is also a balance of time for you too. You know what I mean? So maybe that's what it is. Like I've been working so hard, but now I'm learning how to work smarter, which maybe doesn't require all my time. Maybe I've learned to delegate some things that really, I'm noticing the 3 flags. Actually, it's 2 flags. And I'm really not sure what they stand for because many of you know, and I buy cards. I really don't read the book. Maybe I should. I don't know. Not that I don't ever. Sometimes I will go just to get like a glimpse of how I feel like this creator was thinking. But other than that, I just want my intuition to pick it up. So there's 2 flags here. One blue, which is the tallest, and then a lower flag, which is tan and orange. Her sword is down. This is not defensive energy. And again, it doesn't matter what sign you are. It's probably Capricorn who is this queen of swords. But her sword is down. Her sword is down. And I do feel like she's in deep thought. Interesting because I don't really feel, well, I don't want to say that you can't go into deep thought because you can. But maybe you need it more than you think you do. Anyways, we have the 7 of Swords. So this tells us what you're healing over. 7 of Swords is potentially someone, or it could be many, especially if I've developed patterns in my life. This is untrustworthy energy. It's almost like someone stole your heart, then messed with your mind. Like took my heart and then messed with my mind. I think, if this is you, you're seeing it very clearly now. Sometimes, well, almost always, we take these types of actions very personal, right? Like, I thought you loved me, right? And I think sometimes we have to realize that certain people are just certain people. You know what I mean? Like, maybe they can't, like, they have to figure out. 7 is the number of spirituality. So eventually this person will, deal with and then hopefully find their spirituality. But in the meantime, I feel like it's like, yes, it happened to me, and yes, it is personal, and I know all that. But in the same breath, like if I could see that, it doesn't matter who this person or this energy crosses, I feel like it will be the same thing until eventually it all comes crashing down. Not that I think you're wishing that, because if you are wishing that, then you haven't finished the healing process yet, right? What's that? There's a saying, oh my God, it's about drinking poison, like, oh, what is that saying when you're thinking of someone else? You're drinking that poison, so it hurts you. Oh. It's like when I started reading, I shut my brain down because I just want to be open to your reading. And then when I do that, it's like I have the hardest time recalling things in the middle of a reading. All right, we have the Three of Wands. This queen is definitely looking for a new lens to look through. I don't really feel like the Seven of Swords, like this untrustworthy energy. I mean, it could be current, but the Four of Swords is coming before it. And I think I feel like the Three of Wands is like a different way, a different road for you from them. You know, it's funny because the sun is illuminating them. You know, so it's like the universe is saying, we know what they're doing. And maybe they're saying, just let us handle it. Right? Because I feel like that's exactly what you're doing in the Three of Wands. You're looking at life a little differently. You're deciding to go a different direction. Almost like I was on the sword path. Now I want to go on the wand path. And that is about desire. Your passions, that type of thing. I definitely feel like 5 has been, or let's say 2021 has been a year of reflection for you. Some of you may have found yourself like in a 9 personal year, which is all about reflection. But there's a reason. Usually it's so you can close it, you know, have healing upon it. And then I feel like some of that is the realization of some people. You know, we can't make someone be who we want them to be. They either are or they're not. And maybe that's part of my lesson here. Because, and, you know, I feel like I have to say again, like, even though it is very personal, somehow I'm saying don't take it personally. Okay. We have the Page of Cups. You know, if you look at this card, it's like, you know, first of all, the Page of Cups is about healing. It's about learning how to love. First, myself. It's a time, I feel like, when we are starting to accept and see and starting to understand what maybe we used to call flaws. And maybe now we see them as gifts. You know, we don't need anybody else to point them out for us. This is about inner reflection over your emotional house. But I feel like it's also to set you on a path. And I feel like the card is just saying it's like your higher self connecting to you. I feel like if this queen takes a moment out and sits quietly with herself, she will figure it out. She will understand all of that. And I feel like she will be able to let go. And she will find herself on a new path. And, you know, one time maybe I didn't think it was possible, but, you know, and sometimes these hard energies that we come up against, what do? They eventually almost force us to make a change, to look a different way, to, you know what I mean? Like I sit within my quiet mind and inspiration comes my way. So it's funny how she's carrying like this surfboard. She's on the beach. This energy is in the cold, in the snow. How interesting. This could be 2 different locations also. Like this is where I've been living, you know, where it's cold and the sun doesn't shine that often. And, you know, and it has been difficult. And because of all that, eventually it sparks something within me where I make a complete change. I mean, it is like a complete change. You know, I have the sun and the warmth and the water and the waves and the sand and my bare feet. Here, you know, I'm bundled up, I'm cold, it's icy, it's dark, it's untrustworthy. Oh, it's so different. we have the Seven of Wands. Normally this person is feeling like they have to defend themselves, maybe defend their actions, defend their plan, what it is they want. But in this energy, I feel like this queen, which would be you, is rising above. You know, it's another seven, so it's matching the Seven of Swords, so it's rising above that energy. I can't heal it. I can't heal them, but I can heal myself. I can live my life. And she seems like she's in meditation with herself. And I'm saying her. It certainly can be him. I'm just saying that because I'm just, what the picture is showing me. Okay. So, it is like you're becoming a brand new you. Maybe not in every element of your life, but maybe it is every element of your life. May start with one small step. Three of Wands. I feel like this queen has been in reflection. Which direction do I go, Sandy? You go the direction that you feel passionate about. Even if you don't, it's like, I feel like your intuition will guide you here. And you do have to trust it. I feel like for some of you, you've been through the worst of worst. And if you've learned from that, if that type of energy even tries to come near you again, you're a different person. You know how to handle it. You know how to get through it. Right? You don't even need that time out to heal because you just be like, no, next. That's what I was feeling in the beginning of the reading. I either do or I don't. All right, look at that. We have the Queen of Wands. I feel like they're the same person. And then, dun 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 dun, we have the Emperor. Card of Aries next to this Queen. Some of you, this could certainly talk about business ownership. I feel like you're fantastic in business. And it may be about you coming to the forefront, and it could be an opportunity that exists in a different land, a different climate, that type of thing. It's interesting because this queen is not looking at the Emperor or at me. She's looking back. So what is she attached to? The Seven of Swords. And that Seven of Swords tends to keep her looking back instead of what's in front, right? The Three of Wands, she's looking to the future. In the future is this Emperor, whether that be you as a business owner, the leader of the people, you know what I mean? Stepping forward. The Emperor could only have been the Emperor by going through different experiences. I feel like you've been walking down like the swords path. Now you're about to enter into the fire. But I feel that in a good way. Like you're entering into the wands, which is action. I feel like you've had the time of reflection. Some of you've even had the time of healing. Or the awareness. So I feel like it takes away the power of that Seven of Swords, and I feel like your guides are saying, there's nothing you have to worry. Like we see what may be unfair, or whatever it is that seems to fight against you. We see that, but that doesn't mean I feel like we can receive signs on and the healing. But ultimately, it comes down to us, right? Having the reflection. maybe learning that there's just certain energies, and that can talk about a work or it can talk about a person. And I feel like they are who they are. And you weren't going to fix them, you weren't going to change them. Um, and honestly, I feel like, do you even want to be around? Because I feel like when this person or energy makes its change, because I feel like eventually it does, um, it is through a tower. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they have karma that they must pay back. Yes, they can push it off to the next lifetime. Um, but I do feel like somewhere along the road, there is some type of spiritual awareness. Now, I guess let's not even worry about that. You know what I mean? Let's not worry about that. With the chariot on the bottom, which is kind of beautiful because this is like the underlying energy. You know, chariot is movement for sure. Card of Cancer, by the way. Um, you know, this is about, excuse me, I feel like the chariot is a reward. It comes to you, or it appears um, to you, and with no limitations. The chariot is a reward because you have found a balance within your life. Now, no one wants you to seek perfection. I don't know that you can, right? And I don't know that you should. Like, mistakes help you grow, if you want to call them mistakes. Anyway, the chariot is the balance within yourself of the masculine and the feminine. Um, you know, I mean, I don't like to see your heart hurt, but I definitely feel like it was. And however, I also feel like, you know, I just feel like who's ever here, I don't feel like you're someone who's going to sit in that energy too long. So, anyways, I feel like this Emperor can certainly be some type of opportunity that has some of you, I mean, moving locations. Um, Again, the masculine and feminine, the light and the dark, all seems to be more in balance. You know why? Because I understand it now. I get, like, I almost get the way the universe works. I get the way energy works. I'm understanding it. Because I'm understanding it, um, you know, these mountains are nothing more than a little molehill. Okay, I know it doesn't feel it when you're in it, but you know if it's you. You know if you're around energy that you know you can't fix. And the truth be told, sometimes you have to love someone from afar. Maybe this is someone that you know you can't stop loving, and maybe it's not romantic. Maybe it's family. But maybe you just cannot fix it. So I don't know. Love them from afar. Okay, let's go a little bit deeper. Start at the top. We have Temperance. It's interesting. The Temperance came up, or came face down. The Seven of Swords came face up, but in reverse. So it's almost like Temperance is kind of hiding a little bit. But we're going to turn her around. Card of Sagittarius first of all. But this is about divine timing. You know, I feel like I kind of love that the Seven of Cups is in reverse here, because I do feel like like you're freeing yourself of something that once was, and I feel like you're you're saying yes to allowing yourself to take an opportunity to see potentially what a new life could be like. So I feel like, you know, there has definitely been time. This talks about time, right? It has taken time. That time has not been wasted. So just don't say that to yourself. It's not wasted time. There is a lot that you've learned. You know, I feel like this is about the human experience, almost like the human lesson within it. And maybe if I can take my heart out of it and see it in that way, then maybe I'll allow myself this. I feel like it's a new beginning, new start. So temperance, it's the right time at the right place. It's letting go of control and trusting in divine timing. And now, when I say letting go of control and trusting divine timing, that doesn't mean don't put your intent out there. Put your intent out there, but then trust that divine will grab that intent and magnify it and then throw it back to you. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's the way it works. Our intent is what comes back to us. Temperance, I feel like divine wanted you knowledgeable. There's a reason that it's time, not that you weren't knowledgeable before, and I feel like it's almost a different kind of knowledge. Maybe it's learning, and I finally figured out how energy works. Anyway, so, and I don't think you've been rushing anything because, again, the queen, her defenses are down. She's not defeated. She's really taking that quiet time. Anyway, I feel like in that period, I feel like you come to a decision. Someone comes to a decision. I feel like if you've been fighting with someone, it's like the fighting is over. Because I feel like I'm done. Look at that. And then we have the Chariot again, coming over the Seven of Swords. So you're leaving that energy. And I feel like it's simply that clear. I don't think this certainty within you arrived overnight. I certainly don't think that. I feel like, here's another 7. I feel like probably there was a pattern. This is something that maybe has happened over and over again. But now you're taking your power back. We have double Cancer on the board. I feel like they all flipped over. Yep. We have the Page of Wands. You know what? I feel like I have to flip them over. We have the Page of Wands. And I know they're meant to be flipped over because I can tell by the energy just in the room, on the table. It's like your journey. Different people are at different places in this journey, and different places will look different to different people, right? Because maybe a place that would stir my passions maybe would be the opposite of what you want. You know what I mean? Like, some people like the cold, some people like the warm. Anyway, what else do we have? Wow. Hello, lovers. First of all, the Lovers is a head over heart decision. And boy, do I feel like that's exactly what you're doing. You're making a head over heart decision. But both of them seem, I'm not going to say your heart's like, like all the black marks have been erased off, but I feel many have. So I feel like you are making a head over heart decision, and there's changes. The Lovers is 2022's card energy. It's the year of the Lovers. For some of you, you got stuck with someone in lower energy. But that doesn't, and I feel like the lesson is I don't have to stay stuck there. I don't have to stay stuck there. And I feel like it took me time to realize that. We have the High Priestess. It's your intuition. And then we have the Four of Swords again. So the Four of Swords now coming right over this Queen. Again, Four of Swords is the healing period. I do feel like it is also coming over the energy that's been difficult, and I feel like that will be healed. Now that may mean within you, but I feel like down the line, like who's ever in that Seven of Swords energy, they have the potential of having healing. But I feel like you are on a different path. Maybe you just need to know that, and I feel like, and then maybe I close the door on that because um, interesting that I have the Lovers on one end and the Emperor on the other end. I do feel like the Emperor is you, because I feel many of you, this is like business ownership, business or becoming the leader, or both, or it can be a multitude of things. But there's only one way I became the Emperor, and that is through my experiences. That is through trudging through the same mud that you've trudged through. Different ways, different experiences, different paths, but I've trudged through that mud. Some of you, I feel like, you're just being, it's almost like divinely inspired to maybe it's tell your story. I don't know. Because I feel like yours, like if I was going to tell my story, like, and I was going to, let's say I was going to write my life and the very painful things, I don't feel that I would feel that pain again. Because now I see it differently in some way. And I feel like for some of you, if this has to do with a love that had hurt you, I feel like, it's like your inner being is saying, you know, that there are better relationships out there, that you can have a better life. Like, that, right? Especially if this had become a pattern. I feel like you're free, you need to free yourself, or you're freeing yourself. At least you're taking your power back. Let's put it that way. It's interesting because I feel like all of a sudden, like this Emperor um, had, I feel like the two of you may have been a very similar past. That could mean like, let's say we, like I end up, because I feel like this is me taking a step into the path within the Three of Wands. And especially like, I feel like in the Fool's energy. So the past doesn't have the weight, but I have all the knowledge, all the wisdom that I need from it. So I feel like, and I've been feeling this lately, and by the way, Universal Year 6 is a year of marriage. More people get married in it. 2022, find love, relationships can be healed, or ended. It's like very clear. Like, this can either be healed or it just needs to end. Um, it's what energies it asks for of us? Well, be clear with our intentions and what it is we want in our life. When you deserve better, then allow yourself to have better. I don't know what I meant by that. So anyways, what am I talking about? So I see the Lovers over here, and I see this Emperor, and I feel like this is a couple different things. Um, because I feel like this Emperor, and again, it doesn't have to be Aries. It may be someone who does something similar to you. And I feel like both of you have had like similar paths. Like, both of us could have been married to a narcissist, right? And the story and how we got through it. Both of us could have been, with serial cheaters, and how we found our own strength and we pulled ourselves out of it. I feel like this is such high energy here, that honestly, what was really just seemed like dust in the wind. Well, hello, Ten of Pentacles. So no matter who this Emperor is, whether it be you, whether it be someone offering you an opportunity, again, can be at different lands, different temperatures, different, climates, that type of thing, different time zones. I feel like, I don't feel like here's success, right? I feel like here is where I want to put my roots down. This is the place I want to put my roots down. This is a time of abundance, having all that I need. And whether it's coming through the emperor, it's coming through you being the emperor. Um, you know, Listen, I feel like don't deny yourself the abundance that you're meant to have. Some would make you believe that you're not meant to have it, and that's just not true. We have the sun, beautiful. Um, I love the sun under the lovers because the sun is illuminating, if this is speaking of love, who the lovers are. Two chariots, right? Divine masculine, divine feminine, both having to get to the energy of the chariot. Because don't forget, I feel like the chariot's a reward. I'm saying a reward, but it's almost like you call it in, like I'm ready. Anyway, some of you may be moving back to a hometown, or someone is moving back to your town. Wow, look at this. We have the Six of Cups. Interesting. Let me put it this way. I feel like, for some, I feel like, like here I am in this difficult energy. I make a long story short, I find my way out of it, right? I allow the healing. I've been in the energy of patience. I'm trusting in divine timing. During the healing period, I was inspired. Something inspired me, and it was for change. And I feel like, so you found the courage to make that change, or you are one or the other. I feel like for some, the Emperor comes in as an opportunity, like a job offer that takes you away from that Seven of Swords energy. And potentially, this may be the other half of the lovers, because I feel a lot of similarities here. So maybe you're applying for something online. I don't know. Some of you, I feel like you're going back home, and I feel like you already know who it is you want to see in your life, and I do feel like it is someone from your past, and no, not the Seven of Swords energy. I feel like this is someone else. This is someone who puts a smile on your face. And this doesn't have to be someone of your past. Just going to just talk about the movement, right? This is a place where I have treasured memories. We have the Five of Pentacles, but it also just turned itself in reverse. And I kind of feel it is reverse, because I feel like, like the healing over this Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is where things are happening to me that are against my will. Maybe someone keeps cheating on me and there's just like nothing I can do about it, right? And every time it hurts, it breaks me down every time, right? Every time. And it feels completely out of my control. And I feel like it's out of your control because, first of all, it hurts, no doubt. But this person has taken your control away, and you're allowing them to in the same breath. So I feel like the Five of Pentacles is saying this is after the fact. This is the realization that no more of these towers. Like, I'm tired of them. It's almost like I can count. I almost know, like, every 7 months there's going to be another tower. So I feel like this is you moving out of that energy. What I love about the Five of Pentacles, I feel like it also speaks about the energy you're moving towards, which is soulmate type energy. And no wonder, the Emperor's right there too, because That's what I'm feeling, like very similar type energy. But I feel like we have the Eight of Pentacles and we have the Tower. You know, I have to say, what I feel like this is, first of all, I feel like there's someone who may have worked from home, and I feel like that gets disheveled in some way. Now that could be because I'm making changes to my life, and I feel like, you know, you worry, like not being able to focus on that. I feel like you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. I feel like also though, this is talking about. I feel like, you know, I'm looking at these towers, and I'm creating from that energy. I'm looking at them in a different way though. You know, there's something about those towers in your life, that I feel like once you have like understanding over them, I feel like you then may want to, almost like I want to share that. I want to share that, right? Like I want to share, because I feel like I'm in an illusion here. Like this person or this energy has me in this illusion, like where they like take away my power. Um, but I feel like, again, enough is enough. Enough is enough. And I feel like change happens. I don't know. I do know. I don't know why I said I don't know. Anyway, I think I also want to look a little deeper at the Six of Cups, because I don't want everybody to think, okay, well, this reading is talking about those who move home and end up reconnecting with someone of the past, and it turning into something of abundance, no doubt. And yes, I do think that's going to happen. But I feel other things also, because I feel this Emperor for some is an opportunity. But, you know, what does it produce? The Ten of Pentacles. What's right underneath the Ten of Pentacles? The Eight of Pentacles. Your focus. Your focus to build this Ten of Pentacles. This is telling you that you can most certainly build this Ten of Pentacles. And again, this is abundance that takes roots. You can build it. All you gotta do is put your focus there. And the energy of these towers, and on the other side, that the energy of you after the fact, all seem to come into play. So, listen, that's why maybe some of you are becoming leaders, right? Because you have come a long way, and others just need your help. You know, who better to help than someone who's walked in their shoes? That's what I feel. I feel like that's why I'm a reader, because I've had so many things in my life, you know, that I had to overcome. It's funny, I don't know, like so many things, and now at this age, I can look back and I can see why that happened and why that happened. I can see where my energy was, right? And I remember in one situation, I felt so weak, and it literally took a change of thought, a change of perspective, and simply getting on a bus and going back home, unannounced, by the way. That changed my life completely at that point. So that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes, like, boom. You know, one time when I decided to move back home, like I was wrestling back because my brother was in the hospital, and I was wrestling back and forth. What do I do? What do I, you know? And I'd go to work and I'd think about it, and then one day I was just like, "That's it. You know, I'm going back." And I was with him on his last day, so, you know, anyway. So I feel like a lot of learning, you know, guys, and I feel like it wasn't easy, but I feel like the rewards of the year 6 are so great, and so deserving, you know, but you got to allow yourself at the same time. So all the 2021 reflection and the endings and all that, I definitely see the payoffs in your reading, and I kind of love it. Oh, I was going to look at this 6. Leo and Gemini right there. Leo, Gemini, and Cancer. Sagittarius. We have the moon. Card of Pisces, first of all, ruler of Cancer. There's a lot of Cancer energy here. You know, Cancer is ruled by the heart. But honestly, I feel like what this is saying is for, you know, for those, listen, I feel like this is what it's saying. Whatever happens past the Three of Wands energy, with that lens, right, which is an optimistic lens of I can have, you know, my life can be what I want my life to be. Three of Wands, I'm willing to take the step into it. And again, it may be simply like putting resumes out. I don't know, word of mouth. But I feel like somewhere, somehow, opportunity shows itself. Some of you, you're finding it within yourself. And I feel like it's kind of starting you on a new path. I do feel like love is part of it. But I do feel it's a higher love, which means that your energy is also higher. Right? Because I feel like they're very matching. And I can't have one up here and one down here, right? They're both almost like at the same place. Maybe literally, I don't know. Maybe you find it's found through what it is you do. You know, this is your creativity. It's your wisdom that's leading this pack. So, I'm going to leave it there. And I feel like the moon is just about, you know, what happens will happen. If you are in a certain energy, if you're flowing with your intuition, the rest of it you can almost let go of control of. I feel a lot of putting more energy in our pentacles, in our creativity, and I feel because it opens up a certain part of us, like to divine, to the universe, that maybe had been closed. Somehow I feel like it cracks open, and I feel like a lot this year is when love seems to come in. So I feel like a lot of love in the workplaces or similar type journeys, that type of thing. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking, but I want to read Watched Over. I'm going to open right to it. This card brings a message of reassurance of your safety and asks you to drop any defenses or guards that you may currently be preventing you from enjoying your life. By relaxing into God's protective arms, you reduce your stress levels in healthful ways. God, Jesus, Mother Mary, and the angels have heard and answered your prayers for protection. You receive their answers via repetitive feelings and thoughts, which guide you along the journey of safety. Keep your mind sober and open so that you can clearly pick up on these divine messages, and be sure to take action where they direct you. Beautiful. So, temperance is perfect coming out here. You know, when the reflection has been completed, the portal then opens. And I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys are like, I don't know, like I see this reading for what it's saying, and I hope that I'm bringing it across right. I hope that you're understanding it. You know, these aren't promises, these are potentials. You know, this isn't a promise that you can have the Ten of Pentacles. It's saying if you put your focus there, if you do your part, Divine's going to do their part, and together, this Ten of Pentacles will be yours. Right? You both. So, I love you guys. I can't wait to read your comments. Really, your comments. I love your comments. They just fill in the blanks for me. So anyways, I love your comments. Thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I don't know. I don't know if you're allowed to give a thumbs down anymore. I don't even get that. Though I do get it a little bit because, like, there's many times I put videos out and within a second I have a thumbs down. You know, it's like, somebody's like watching me. You know what I mean? Like, and it has happened many, many times. Like, there's no way someone watching a video because I've only been out for 10 seconds. You know what I mean? So, I get it in a way, but that's not why they did it. They did it for mental health. They're saying for some it affected their mental health. And I guess I get that, but anyway, thumbs up if you liked it. I guess if you didn't, you can tell me in the comments. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being subscribers. I know many of you have been with me from the beginning. You've probably seen my growth. I've noticed it in myself, and it's because I don't know. There's been a lot of growth, I feel. Like I have a hard time watching my beginning videos. So much growth. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for everything. Just thank you for your donations. I want you to know that I see them, and I'm truly thankful for each and every one of them. It's what keeps the channel alive. YouTube doesn't pay a lot of money. It's a little unfair, I believe, but anyway, I get by, and that's good enough for me. I love you guys. I will see you next time at the table. Bye bye.